Philadelphia, Detroit, 59.60. Philly, -145 to -150. Total 5.5, shaded to the under here. It's a steep price on the road, but you can understand it. Detroit sort of just playing out the string at this point in time. It's been a little bit of an ugly run for them as of late. We'll see if they can get things going. We know the Philadelphia Flyers are one of the ultimate streak teams in the NHL. When they're on the good side of the streak, you can absolutely ride this team for many games on end. And when they're on the bad side of the streak, aka losing multiple games in a row, you can probably fade them multiple games and come out with profits. Probably one of the streakiest teams in the NHL. But what can you say about the Detroit Red Wings? I mean, it's just been an absolute brutal run for them. Absolutely horrendous on a 10-game losing streak. 0-9-1 Detroit, their last 10 games, outscored 41-19 during that span. 41-19, they've been outscored during this 10-game losing streak. So Detroit playing like the team you'd expect, going nowhere, rebuilding, bottom feeders. Jared Coro is horrendous. I don't even know how he got another start in the last game after being summoned from Grand Rapids of the AHL. Jared Coro's not been good. Jimmy Howard, again, he's okay, but he's got no help in front of him. And as a result, and Detroit, their offense has been absent, silent during this 10-game losing streak as well. 19 goals for Detroit in 10 games. That's absolutely horrendous. You're averaging less than 2 goals per game. Terrible offensively right now for the Detroit Red Wings. So they've lost 10 in a row. There's no way I want any part of them. I know it's not a bargain-filled price by any stretch, but still, you can get Philly at -145, still in a few spots below that threshold for me, which is -150. That's where I cut it off and say I'm not laying more than that. But if I can get -145, yeah, how can I not get in there on the Philadelphia Flyers for something in this game? Philly -145. That's definitely the way I'm playing this one against this hapless, horrendous Detroit team, which is falling apart and probably going to lose 11 in a row tonight. If you ask me. This is also on Andrew's card, Flyers and Red Wings. I'm pretty sure I know where he's going with this one. Andrew, Philadelphia, Detroit, take it away.
Well, what I have to say about this game, I think that realistically, it's tough looking. It's even just tough to look at this lineup right now. I'm staring right at it. It's tough to look at this lineup for the Detroit Red Wings right now. Just top line right now, Gustav Nyquist, Henrik Zetterberg, Tyler Bertuzzi. Okay, that's not too bad. Then you go down to the second line, and I think a lot of it's just inexperience. That's the biggest thing, Ian. I think you can agree with me on that. It's not really the lack of skill; it's the inexperience and the lack of chemistry right now. You got Anthony Mantha, Dylan Larkin, Darren Helm. I mean, these guys are kind of still getting their feet wet in the league. I mean, Larkin and Mantha look promising. I want to head down to the fourth line, though. Two guys that I watched when I was doing media work at the CHL, Canadian Hockey League here in Canada, Martin Frk and Evgeny Svechnikov. These are players that should be getting a lot more ice time. These are scorers. These are big players that should be working their way up the lineup. In my opinion, Detroit, like Ian said, is in that tanking mode. They're in that mode where they're trying to figure out for the future. They are looking towards the future. They are not thinking about right now. Every night for them is a little science experiment, putting someone on a certain line, pairing someone on the right wing with somebody else, trying someone down the middle. And especially with defensive pairings right now, they haven't really looked the best either, and they've been pretty easy to get scored on. And the other side end of the spectrum, we've got, of course, Peter Mrazek making his first start versus this pretty crappy team, which he used to play for, and I'm pretty sure he's happy to be off them. So I think it's always a motivation to get that start, and I'm pretty sure he's getting that start versus his old team. And right now, I think this team's look more talented than ever. I think I've been saying it all year how talented of a team I really think Philadelphia is. Their top line right now is Giroux, Couturier, Konechny. I love Travis Konechny. I think he's a two-way player. He's one of those players that's on your top line, but he can really kill you defensively as well. And, he's not always the most flashy player making those, insanely nice moves, but he's a player you can count on to make those right plays. Of course, Nolan Patrick, like I said, he's settling into that second line center position. He's not, he hasn't been too fantastic all year long. Said it on the last show, and I'll keep saying it again. These players need time to keep on moving, and I think he'll be there to make those right plays at the right time come playoff time. Of course, he's alongside Jakub Voracek as well. And Voracek, again, I think he's one of those players that will show up when he has to. Right now, this game's going to be an absolute shellacking, I think. There's no way Philadelphia takes it easy on them, especially if Mrazek is in nets. I can't see him letting in anything easy whatsoever, guys. This play for me, we're getting plus 205, Ian, plus 205 on the puck line in this game. I think this is a complete mismatch. I mean, just look down the middle. We got Wayne Simmons playing right wing on the third line of this team, and that just says something because he is an excellent player as well. And again, I'll stress it one more time. If Peter Mrazek gets this start, which I'm pretty sure he will, he's probable for this game against his former team. That is huge. I know it's a very cliche factor, but I think in one of these, in one of these style games, when you've got a goaltender like Jimmy Howard and you got the goaltending situation like you have over in Detroit, it's just sad to watch, sad to look at, and everything is kind of going wrong for Detroit right now. It's just not looking good for them right now. They're on a massive losing streak. Meanwhile, the Flyers have been a good team right now, but one thing about them, they've really taken care of teams that have a losing record. They're 8-1 in their last 9 versus the team with a losing record. So the Flyers really do know how to step on your throat, and I think tonight it won't be hard for them to win by 2 goals. I mean, I mentioned earlier about how sometimes it's okay to lay that juice with a minus 155 if you have to, like I am with Columbus. But right now, it's a good opportunity to see that plus 205 puck line, and I guarantee that price will go down to lay that with Philadelphia Flyers. I think that they're a way stronger team right now, and overall, I could go on and on with the stats that I'm seeing right now, but overall, in the past couple games, let's take a look real quick. I know we've got some time. It's just Ian and I today. Washington 6-3, Carolina 4-2, 5-3 loss to Columbus. Philadelphia is being involved in these high-scoring games. I mean, look back at March 3rd. They played Tampa Bay, 7-6 loss. I mean, there's no snowball's chance in hell the Detroit Red Wings are going to come close to putting up those high numbers. So for that reason, I think I'm happy with going with Philadelphia on the puck line, plus 205. Love the odds. Philly's 4-1 straight up in their last 5 games playing Detroit, and that does not stop now. Detroit is struggling massively. They're on a massive losing streak, and it's not going to stop now. So little rant there, guys, but honestly, just kind of frustrated with. I hate seeing these crappy teams that almost look like they're tanking in. They almost look like they're ready to pack it in for the next couple seasons, and I don't mind pouncing on that with the puck line.
Now starting to get a little momentum going again with a couple of wins in a row. Yeah, I mean, and at less than minus 150. It's definitely a situation where I believe the Flyers, you have to play them at this price or you look puck line. I don't know how you can even bother with Detroit at this point.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.